Hi there, welcome back. Grandma Karin here. And wasn't really going to throw this out here without actually documenting a lot of different steps, but as opportunity uh, presents itself, this email came in this morning, just in time for all of the holiday stuff. And it looks legit. It really does look legit. It's just hard to identify whether it actually is a real email. So let's get into this. Um, it does come from an HOA that I'm familiar with. Uh, However, there's some things here. I'm trying sending you some documents as email attachments, but the files were too large. Now, it says it's a PDF. PDFs are pretty small. So that in and of itself, and I recognize the name. So tried to open it, and when I hover over the um, link, it actually shows in the lower left-hand corner for me where it goes to. Now it's kind of a long and convoluted URL. I'm not going to investigate it in and of itself. I just went ahead and clicked on it because I assumed, like everybody else is going to assume, it was a legitimate email coming from an HOA that I'm familiar with. So you can hover over the link and see the URL that it's redirecting you to, determine whether it's coming from the actual source, and then uh, make a decision to click on it or not. I did, and I attempted to retrieve it. So I went ahead and went through the process of retrieving a secure document, which was, some puzzles to prove that you're a human and whatnot, put in your password several times. And that in of itself takes you to what looks like a dead link. And then you try it again, which I did. And then I slowly started backtracking on, okay, this has got to be something that is a phishing attempt. So once I determined that it was a phishing attempt, I decided I was going to be doing a few things, cleaning the cache on the browser itself. You get to there by going to settings, reset settings, cleaning the cache this way, and it restores everything. I also looked at some other links like the extensions that were installed, and I saw nothing new. These are all legitimate extensions that I actually use. There's only 6 of them. Yeah, whatever. Um, so check that out. And then I logged into my Google account, which was what I was trying to access the Adobe file with. I very quickly determined that I wanted to change my password. I did so. Then I went to the devices and looked at what was being signed in. So that's when I changed the password earlier. And then I'm going to look at, again, like I said, I want to look at the devices that are logged in with this account. You can do this with a variety of different uh, applications. Facebook is one of them. Most frequently hacked social media account is Facebook. So back to after I changed my password, I went back to the devices and I made sure I logged off all of the devices that I wasn't familiar with. Um, Even some of the devices that I could be familiar with, just go ahead and log them off. So I have, obviously computer sessions, Android sessions. These are phones, Android sessions on TVs. These also could be logged out. Smart TVs use Android. My Atlas or Linux based product, and and then my iPads. So log off the devices that you are not familiar with. It is possible to have more than one login on the same device. Normally, I check an option that says, remember this device, so I don't have to log in again. All right. This is my favorite way of clearing the cache is running that temp command and bringing up the temp folders. So once you click on the first folder in there or file, Control A to highlight everything. And I don't want it to show up in my recycle bin, so I do a Shift Delete, which is permanently deleting these items. Now, not all items are going to be cleared, but anything that had been in the browser will be eliminated as far as any kind of garbage that might show up. Um, so we let this go. There's going to be some items that do not allow you to delete them. There we go. So some logs, log files that go for different applications, whether it be Adobe or the software that you're using to record or other applications, gaming applications that you may have installed. They may have some non-removable temp files that they keep in there for either security or for just logging errors. And I'm just going to go ahead and skip some of those for now. I'm not going to get too concerned about it unless my computer starts showing uh, some symptoms. Typically, what I will do is I will run the Windows Defender because I don't run a side-by-side antivirus program. I will install like Malwarebytes or Super Anti-Spyware and um, and run those separately and then uninstall them. So with the antivirus built in to a Windows computer, you can run it as a quick scan or a full scan. And I'm running the full scan to see if it pulls up anything. Now, just for a little reference here, this identified a Trojan and a rootkit on my grandson's computer. So I have faith in this, but keep in mind that just like graffiti, you can't erase it or paint over it until it shows up somewhere. So just like these hackers and these scammers are working every day to steal somebody else's money so they can get rich, these people who are developing these virus programs and phishing attempts, we have to catch up with them. So antivirus programs will have to write code for them at some point. I also want to just double check that we don't have any updates. So if we are running our updates and we are checking on it, you're going to see that you get an update for Security Defender, Windows Defender, every single day because they're trying to keep up with all those rotten people who are developing programs to hack into your finances. It has nothing to do with getting into your computer. They hack into your finances, and like what happened to this Dana lady in that email, they hacked into her address book in an attempt to get people to log into their phishing site. And once they have credentials, then they use it to go ahead and try and access other things. Um, so, fortunately for me, my social media accounts and my email accounts, they all have different passwords. These are some files that got left over. Again, I'm not really concerned about these just yet. Not until not until I see any other kind of symptoms. I might reboot and then try and get rid of those files again. Again, remember it would be a run command and then percent tmp percent, and it'll bring up all the folders that have temp files. Um, so we can, once we've changed our passwords to the account that we were putting in the credentials, then then I'm checking on the remote tools here. So if any remote tools were installed so they can remote into the computer, that usually show up there. And once again, just double checking email, and so this poor gal is probably hearing it because she is the manager. Anyway, I'm going to end it here. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Go ahead and give me a like, and I can elaborate a little bit more on other scams in the next video. I hope you got something out of this one. Happy holidays. It's time for scammers.